We all know the cost of college is not cheap, but for some students, balancing the tuition bill with room and board can seem impossible. UMass Amherst has a program to identify and help students struggling with food insecurity. Caroline McGrath sat down with Garrett DiStefano, the Director of Residential and Retail Dining Services at UMass, to learn more.
Well, No Student Goes Hungry is actually a program that we have put together in collaboration with the university to work or to assist students who are in need. Food insecurity is a growing concern, and has been for a number of years now, not just at the University of Massachusetts, but also nationwide. What we do at the University of Massachusetts to combat that is a collaborative approach. So we work with Dean of Students Office, with the Health Services Office, with a variety of different stakeholders across campus, so that we're able to address not only the fact of a student who may be experiences food security or the fact that they're hungry for a day, but are there the systemic problems that go along with that? Is it a scenario where they may be housing insecure? Maybe there's some financial concerns there. Maybe there's some mental health concerns there as well. So what we do is, this has been a collaborative approach that we put together so that we can really provide the assistance that a student may need who, may be experiencing a difficult time or may have some longer, deeper issues or concerns that need to be addressed. So the No Student Goes Hungry program was a platform we put together that had been a kind of, I guess, more of a looser type of program where students who would go into a dining common and if they're experiencing, they ran out of meal swipes or whatever it might be, they can just come in and eat. And we've had that for years. But what we did formally was to actually have a scenario where a student who may need some assistance can go on to what our at UMass, we have this Spire system where you can load information on your card, you can find out about your classes, all sorts of different things. So instead of having a student go to the dining commons and say that they've run out of swipes or they had an apartment fire and they needed to eat or something like that, they can just go on to their Spire account. They can go into an area where they can check on their supplemental meal program, and they get 3 days of meal swipes that are just loaded automatically onto their card. Now, what happens with that is that we also have people who are on campus that are made aware of this, from our Dean of Students Office to our dining office as well, that those folks can, a case manager can connect with the student to say, hey, what's going on here? Is there anything we can do to help you out? Is there, have there been situations that have changed? So we can get the help to the student that's not just getting a student a meal for the day, but also addressing an issue that might be bigger or longer lasting. In addition to that, the whole dignity and respect aspect comes into play, where a student doesn't have to worry about feeling that they're going to be shamed or anything like that for not having,
or when you go up to, with your tray and say, listen, I'm out of money.
Yes.
I've got nobody to call.
Exactly.
There's people behind you. Now it becomes an issue.
Exactly. So that issue has been alleviated. So the student can just go in and out. Nobody knows, and they're going to be getting the assistance they need, along with all the other programs that are put into play for students through their Dean of Students, for Student Affairs and Campus Life. We have a variety of different things that students that can experience those particular concerns can get in terms of assistance, as well as be able to assure their student success, because ultimately we want to see students graduate from UMass. We want to see them go off and do wonderful things, and we want this to be the least of their concerns.
When they go online to that site, do they get flagged somehow? Does somebody say, okay, this student needs this program, and then does somebody then reach out to them to see if there are other issues?
Yes, absolutely. There's a caseworker manager through the Dean of Students Office that will reach out directly to that particular student. An automatic email is generated to the student who gets the supplemental meals and basically says that UMass is committed to your success. We understand that you've experienced some concerns right now, and that within, I think it's 24 hours or so, someone will be reaching out to you to see, basically check up on you. In the meantime, you have 3 days worth of swipes. You can go into any of the dining commons and eat. Because also, if we just experienced Labor Day weekend, we might not have administrative staff or someone that's over a 3-day weekend, or something might happen that things could be, backed up or something of the sort. So you want to make sure that the student has enough time to just continue with, if it's a final that they're worried about, if it's whatever it could be, right, that we give them enough time so that we can get them the assistance they need, is also situated with, back in studying, with doing the job they should be doing, which is being a great student at UMass.
And can they then, if they work with a case manager, extend that out beyond 3 days? Because I'm sure
Yes.
once you get to that 3-day point,
Correct.
you're probably in a bit of a bind.
Well, exactly. So the idea is to have students not have to continue with the supplemental meal. We also have programs that we put into place where we have meal plans that are prorated for students if there's a scenario where they may not necessarily have enough swipes for the semester. The Dean of Students Office has been working with them for a number of years with that. We also have a scenario where students we have reduced prices in our retail locations so that things are half price, because our meal plans not only have meal swipes to get you into the dining commons, they also have what we call dining dollars, which is a dollar for dollar exchange for students. They can go into a cafe and get a cup of coffee or a sandwich or something like that. So what we've done also at the end part of the day is we've had half-priced meals. So things that normally cost $8 or $4, and you can stretch those dining dollars further. In addition to that, we also have lower-priced meal plans that we've introduced, and we've also have scenarios where students who may need supplemental or additional support, we also have a scholarship fund that we've set up in place too, so that students can apply for that if in fact they need additional support, and they can if they meet the criteria, they can receive those funds as well.
And then that case manager obviously would discuss that with the student. These are
Exactly.
your range of options to get you
Exactly.
through the semester.
Exactly.
Have you worked with groups outside of just the university on this issue?
Yes, we've actually reached out and talked to a variety of different institutions across the country to see what their programs look like, everywhere from California to Georgia to Midwestern states. And the thing is that each institution has their own kind of nuances. What is important, or the characteristics of the students there might be a little bit different than the characteristics of students in other institutions. Some might be urban, some might be rural. So you have different types of scenarios that might work for them. And we've adjusted a program that allows our students, basically tailored it to their needs, because this isn't just something we've come up with. We've worked collaboratively with student groups as well, who've done a great job as well to further the need and the desire for these students who have had experiencing food security issues. So it's also something that's continuously developed. We're not going to just stay, this is the status quo and keep going with it. We're going to continue to develop and improve and course correct as needed.